Good morning. This is Joanna from Universal Love, Light, and Wisdom and Healing Activations. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. This is a beautiful early morning, and I've been inspired to connect with those who so desire higher vibrational alignments and remembrances of who we are as Source. I'm moving through these dramatic, accelerated changes in frequencies. And I wanted to call them the Morning Love Series, because I've been working on adjusting to the accelerated frequencies, opening up to greater psychic and multidimensional abilities. And it's been quite a challenge to, kind of move through everyday life from old world to new world, and feel the purity of the alignment with Source, because there's so much opening up, and we've never been through this before, taught or told, or had books to guide us in what we're moving through. And it's really important that, and we've been teaching this and offering this for years, because it's something that I've come to know that I'm doing in other realms, the Pleiades, with the children, is fully understanding the multidimensional bodies and how important it is that we care for the multidimensional bodies, we nurture the multidimensional bodies, and in that, allowing the releases as we own and claim what's moving in the moment, how we're feeling and moving in the moment. There's just a little dot on my computer, and it's taking my attention. And so, as we're moving through these vibrational shifts, and we're going to introduce this so that we understand why we're doing what we're doing. As we're moving through these multidimensional shifts of vibration, we're being offered all that we are from Source Creator for the ascension of humanity, of Gaia. We're opening all that we are in a very vast and dramatic way. Everything within us without is changing at a very dramatic pace. The multidimensional bodies that we talk about all the time, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the etheric. These bodies are always being adjusted and moving to accommodate and assimilate the new frequencies from Gaia and from above. But as we are the pillars or the bridge of ascension, it's up to us in our own awareness, our own acknowledgement, that we become that bridge and take responsibility and start harmonizing the frequencies below, the frequencies above, so that we become that core vibration of unity and harmony that emanates out to the physical reality, so that we become that vibrational experience of offering, of co-creation, of emanating for others to also awaken within their consciousness. Because the vibration we set, the example we set, offers the vibrational opportunity for others. And that's how, as a collective, we come together and we raise the vibration of the all. Our hearts are moving as unity consciousness now, which means that our innate field, our vibrational field, the multidimensional, the energetic, the electromagnetic fields that we are, that many healing systems have been based on acupuncture, many of the Eastern and Western healing traditions of holistic medicine are based on the understanding of the meridian systems. Our meridian systems are no different than Gaia's, our planet. And so that we have electromagnetic systems that assist us in aligning with the planetary movement, the planetary vibration. It wouldn't be otherwise. And any planet that you exist upon in any realm has that frequency of vibration. And that frequency of vibration also consists of many attributes: the gravitational force, the push and the pull, the magnetic forces. Those are all of those physical physics, energy and numbers and science that's based that we are. So we are spirit and we are science. We are spirit and we are science. And now we're seeing this merging and harmonization through the understanding of all that we are as multidimensional beings. We're physical, we're mental, we're emotional, we're etheric, we're electromagnetic beings that are now being shifted quite dramatically into a new vibrational experience of dimension. Now everybody's operating at a different dimension of experience, and they're awakening their awareness of it. And so what can be throwing us off oftentimes is that when all of these abilities and skills come online, we're not prepared for it. What we experience in our everyday life may tend to throw us off course. And we only say off course because you can never really be off course, but it feels off course. It just, you're feeling as if you're floating along and not knowing where you are. Quite dramatic and intense emotional experiences can occur when you're opening up to the psychic abilities that sometimes you don't even know you're opening up to them, but you can be triggered in a certain way, allowing you to have deep experiences, also experienced, or what has been termed as the dark night of the soul. And these can continue if we're not understanding and harmonizing and grounding and anchoring within the truth of source, the energy that we are as source, energy that we are with Gaia as oneness. And so it's really, really important. I've been moving through so many traumatic issues of these changes over the last 8 months because I've opened up into my multidimensional systems of offering, so that I'm able to bring those remembrances from the other dimensions, from other lifetimes here on Earth, and bring it forward in a new way for this shift into the fifth dimensional vibration. And in that fifth dimension, there's people that will be variously operating within that dimension, just as if there was the third and the fourth. And so I wanted to bring this forward. And in these sessions, we will continue to, our main priority focus is who we are as multidimensional beings, the loving focus of who we are, the infinite focus of who we are. And in all of my work, as an intuitive, as a healer, a visionary, is to bring the truth and the profundity of source into the human perspective, so that we begin to heal the heart of who we are, to heal the heart of the human family, to heal the heart of who we are as a new collective, shifting into something new. And all experiences, any experience that we choose to move through, or we're excited to move through, begins at the heart level, this sacred space that is Source Creator with us, that is Gaia consciousness with us, that is our celestial families with us, the archangels, the ascended masters, the Christ collective. And so this is why it's really, really, really important that we take daily sacred communion with the multidimensional allness, and bringing everything that we are into the center and ground and anchor, and begin nurturing and caring for and allowing any openings and any awakenings or activations that do occur, the greater fluidity and anchoring, because it can play with the psyche and the mental awareness of what's going on. You feel like you're going crazy. That's how we determine in old world energies, because that's the socioeconomic imprints and social stigmas that have come along with being highly intuitive, empathic, psychic, and all of those experiences that we are all transcending and letting go of. But it can play with your mind, and why so many people feel the struggle to come forward and talk about it and share these experiences, whether it's the dark night of the soul experience, which we're going to redefine, because we like to do that. When we offer our offerings, we like to redefine from old world perspective into a new world perspective, so that we're opening up into that source creator vibration and not blocking and locking ourselves into those old dense definitions. And the multidimensional bodies, and we'll do an activation. My teams this morning, when I was opening up, they're allowing me to change my words that I've been using, and to shift from the word healing. How I experience it as a healing, when I'm releasing those timeline energies, the Akashic energies that play upon our everyday psyche, and they do so as a gift, and we're going to explain that probably in another video. But we just wanted to explain the opening of what these introduction of what this series will be, why it's so important that we fully begin to integrate our higher vibrational essences of who we are, the multidimensional beings of who we are, because these energies will be accelerating, and if we're not grounding in our center and truly understanding what's moving within and without, then it can appear to throw us off course, and it doesn't need to be. It's just we've never had these experiences before. And so we're going to be gentle with ourselves and loving with ourselves and align fully with Source, fully with that open creational flow of Source. And that's what they've, guided me, my spirits, my higher self has guided me to call these series is put it on my paper here, the activational videos of creational flow. And I've always wanted to put, I'm always about love, so I'm going to put creational love in there. And this creational love is that releasing the expectation and the stories and the vibrations that we've held about what ascension was to look like, what it was to feel like. I really let that go, because that still boxes us in. Because these stories and paradigms and understandings were based on those vibrations at the time, what we thought about it at the time. And everything is shifting so quickly that what we really want to begin to honor and what we really want to begin to embrace is our essence of the creational flow that Source is. But to do that, we really need to honor the placement of who we are, all that we are as truth of Source, of love, and allowing what we're experiencing in our everyday to be observed, and call it in for its brilliance without getting caught in the web of what the energies are. And I've been caught in the web the last 6 months, 8 months, pulling myself out every once in a while and understanding it from a higher perspective now. And it's really time to begin teaching and begin activating. So my teams have told me that your reality is truly, which we've known, is based on how you're perceiving it. So if you're stuck in the emotional, energetic vibrations of what you're moving through, that your soul is desiring you to understand in that moment, then you're missing the living of the higher vibrational life. Because it really can be, what I've found out is that whatever is moving through your everyday life as a release, it can be brought back to the center as the multidimensional lesson that you're growing within. For example, you're opening quite unknowingly to your psychic abilities. Your psychic abilities as an empath can allow you to feel psychically overcharged, psychically overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed, feeling as if you're moving through great depths of sadness, loss, whatever it might be that you're feeling, whatever words we want to put with it, doesn't matter. And those emotions begin to overrun the balanced, centered point of the higher frequency life that is meant to show you that lesson of you're opening up to gifts. There's one lesson in here, but because you experienced it with someone in your family, you're now worried. And that worry is now causing fear to come in and energies to come in that are playing with the field. And you're playing with the field because you didn't know any better. And then you're going through clearing and all of these things that you're moving through to deal with that situation, as opposed to looking at it from the higher perspective, honoring and dealing with what's here, setting the vibrational standard so that those around you can also move in a new vibrational awareness of certainty, and also garner their power to begin using their state of knowing, their state of being, healing what's coming up for them. And so it's important that we really truly understand how we're shifting and how dramatically we're shifting, and to truly bring it into our heart space for the greater anchoring, the light body anchoring. And so in these morning activations, we will be activating the light body to be in alignment with Source, to be in alignment with Gaia's new frequency, to be in alignment with the universal energies that are assisting us to create, or co-creating, they've shown me, the co-creating of these playing fields, vibrational playing fields. And so that's what we'll be doing. But it's been such an incredible ride for me to remember how easy it is to shift the perspective and then bring it to the heart so that you can manage all of these experiences that can be quite daunting and quite um, um, fluctuating and dense, psychic, mental, emotional, whatever you want to put in there. I've experienced it. But it can be done from the higher perspective and really honored and anchored from that higher perspective, which will allow you to garner that strength and that empowerment to know exactly what you're doing. And when we say that, we don't mean that you're going to have an answer right away, and you will, but we say that as opposed to seeing the things that unfold around you and not getting swept in the energy of it and getting lost in it. And it's very easy to do. So many people are feeling that right now because we've never been taught these things. We've never been shown vibrationally what's moving. And these energies, they've shown me that these energies will be accelerating. So this means that we're going to allow ourselves to pay even greater attention to the heart space, allow ourselves to anchor more intentionally at the heart space and live moment for moment for moment from this heart space. As the higher vibrational observer of the things that are unfolding in your life, and how to return to center quite quickly, aligning with your truth of God, aligning with your truth of source, of spirit, whatever you choose to define your higher knowing, your deeper knowing, your universal omni-presence, source, creator, spirit, God, the greater being of all life that you're entwined with quite intimately, quite elegantly, quite intricately. And this knowing is what I'm so happy to bring forward as a gift of mine, of what I'm able to see and feel the intricacies of the threading of source. And this really is how you shift yourself from what's moving in every day to the far, vast, expansive, infinite perspective of these higher vibrational fields, the anchoring of the light body within it. And that's how you really start living within those vibrational fields. And we're not putting a definition on it, fifth, fourth, it doesn't matter, sixth, seventh, eighth, because there will be those moments where you will be experiencing your seventh dimensional wisdom, your intelligence. So this is where we really want to take those that listen to our offerings and are a part of our offerings to truly begin to release from those threads that keep the pulling back of the emotional bodies in the chaos. And it feels, that's how it feels. It just doesn't feel grounded because there's so much that humanity is healing. There's so much that we're healing as multidimensional, interdimensional beings. And in the experiences of the last 6 or 7 months, I've experienced the different releases of the Akashic healing. I'm able to see into the timelines. But what I've come to understand is that oftentimes when we're accelerating through these frequencies, our gifts and our abilities will open up quite unknowingly. We won't know it. We'll know it when our everyday life is moving within us and all of a sudden we feel a dramatic release of guilt or shame or whatever that might be that we're here to heal through our relationship experiences, through our moving about everyday life, which is what I've come to understand and remember. And it doesn't have to take you on that emotional, weaving and webbing into the infinite abyss of, never being resolved, day after day after day after healings. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can move through it from that higher perspective to say, okay, maybe this doesn't belong to me. Maybe I'm picking up on something from my sacred soul tribe that's on the other side of the planet, but I'm picking up on it because it's allowing me to know that I'm here to assist them. What energy can I send back? And not necessarily have it be about you and then you go into guilt and shame and depression. So this is why we say it's a huge open field, and why anchoring within this source energy can allow you the freedom, the bliss to truly be in your truth with source. An experience that was coming up within one of my families. And I was experiencing this for a few months. And I was feeling as if it was me. It was my my frequency timeline, but it wasn't. It was their psychic soul that was reaching out to me, the thread, reaching out to me to say, I'm moving through some difficulties and we need some help. And so then I'm able to offer that help and bring in that focus of source, that focus of gifts, that focus of energy, working with Gaia, working with their soul and teams to assist in the healing and the moving, the activation to move from that frequency. To take the lesson, there was always a lesson, and it's garnered in your oneness and yourself and unconditional love and acceptance. So it's really, really, I'm excited at this point because but what I've been through, the all of my awakening years, it's coming to this pivotal experience that I remember the coming together and bringing all that you are together as this vast multidimensional being and really have it live with you and work with you. And why they gave me this morning the creational flow. We're activating ourselves to be in flow of creation. Source. Source is all things, all life. So if you and Source are excited to create a crystalline forest, in a seventh dimensional frequency, you're able to. Why not? It's an excitement. It's Source's excitement living through you. So it's a creational flow of energy that can take you in anything. And we really want to let the ego be released and surrender into spirit. That higher mind of spirit, that higher soul of spirit, that higher living of spirit, the ego is released and brought in only when you're desiring manifestations in a physical form. And it takes the back seat. It takes the lower spot on the ladder, if you will, the pillar of light that runs along your spine. And we're going to talk about these aspects of the multidimensional bodies because it's really, really key that we understand how it looks. And when you work with it only for a couple of days, it really takes only seconds. When you're moving through those experiences that, you're getting pulled, you feel your energy is getting pulled and you're feeling that, depression, chaos, suppression, huge amounts of guilt or shame, any of these experiences and frequencies, those that are crystalline children, those that are empaths, and those that are opening into new psychic higher dimensional gifts, galactic universal psychic abilities, they will be amplified. They just are. That's spirit. Our mastery is in understanding that. Our mastery is to say, taking the higher self perspective. I get that. I'm opening into profound gifts here, and I can really move with this. I can really honor this. And this is where that sacred reverence comes in. Again, all of these things are being offered, never been taught. People are feeling the way they're feeling and moving around, and all of what we're moving through, but really allowing yourself to know that you can anchor and garner to your center so that you're moving from the highest benevolent, reverent, soulful momentum so that you're attracting and you're building and you're co-creating with the creational flow of source in those fields of infinite source love. Because what many are experiencing is the vibrational reality of those imbalances. I've experienced it last 8 months, and my mastery and the divine ascended masters that are working with me and the various teams that are working with me, are because of the many timelines, because of the many earth experiences, vast and profound, and why we're here. Because they carry great gifts, they carry great wisdoms, they carry great abilities for us to truly move within the flow of creation and really help shift Gaia in what Gaia is really excited to move in creational flow with. So it's really garnering and anchoring the mastery through all those lifetimes and allowing ourselves to really honor and appreciate what's going on here and not dismiss it or demean it in any way. We're only saying this is because they're very tangible experiences, very tangible. I've experienced it. And to honor how powerful a creator you are and how divine a creator you are to be moving through what you've moved through in the last 5, 10, 15, 20. Some of us have been on the path for 15 to 20 years. Some are just awakening. But to truly understand that what's moving through your everyday moment is based on the vibrational core essence that you're emanating in that moment. Right now, you can shift it and bring it into a source frequency. And you can open up that higher mind, harmonize with your angelic self, harmonize with your angelic self, higher essence, and shift so that you're seeing the reality of what's unfolding. You're going to harmonize all of your bodies. You're going to understand the truth of your bodies. You're going to understand your harmonization with creational source. And you're going to be able to see, what is this lesson for me? Or am I here for the higher purpose to assist someone to heal? And how may I take this and bring it into my creational flow to expand into the fields of the all and offer it forward as the shifting vibration lives through you, because you're shifting that vibration. You're shifting that vibration. As it lives through you, it moves into something new. And this is what we really want to, in these series, is to allow you to feel, to know, and to experience how you are this sphere of fields and light, that energy in your life is living through you. And it doesn't have to get caught up in any web of energy that you don't desire or choose to. And we're basing this on the fact that we're becoming at these critical points of transition. Well, my teams have been showing me these critical points of transition in which your understanding, your knowingness, that beautiful garnering of power that you are with Source. And we've talked about power in our offerings. So if you're not familiar with that, I think it's called the Sacred Four. Review that video, because that really gives you the Christed Source perspective, that creational flow perspective of what power is. And that power is all creative and all loving and all unconditional and all benevolent. That's power. It's true power as your being. So to honor everything that's going on in your reality, everything, to honor everything that you, as a multidimensional vast being of Source, carries with you. You carry so much with you. And sometimes the weight of what you're carrying is just aching to be released, aching to be healed, aching to be activated into this new creational field that is waiting for you, that your soul is saying you're here. There's parts of your particles of your soul that are saying you're here with Source. You don't have to get stuck here if you don't want to. That's the imbalance. Because of your blueprint, what you've carried in to say, I'm going to transcend this. I'm going to transcend this for my ancestors and my lineage so that any generations don't have to carry that. Societal imprints, societal densities, all of those things we're afraid to talk about, the mental experiences that we go through. And they're just the misunderstandings of our oneness with Source. Total misunderstandings. Moving from one friction of reality that is so dense and so weighted and so self-consumed in fear, self-consumed in limitation, self-consumed in material separation, that we don't know how else to be. So the soul calls for these healings and interactions through our relationships so that we truly have those potentials, those opportunities, if we go within, to say it from that higher perspective as we're honoring and amplifying the light in our bodies so that we can see it from the higher perspective, as opposed to only seeing at the floor of the forest. And that's where all those terminologies have come from. It's because if we're stuck here in the meshing of the emotional unfolding, we can't really see what's going on at the higher perspective, and how really that doesn't have anything to do with you. It does, because you're the person that can be here to help transition that for that person. Help offer that vibration, help offer that frequency, help offer that illumination, because you've had many experiences before of it. So it's really, really important that we understand this enmeshment, that we understand our entwinement and entanglement with our human family now. With those in our family, we're truly, truly entwined, really threaded like the fabric that we are. And so these sessions will be about reminding us of the profundity of our multidimensional bodies. And there will be things that I will be bringing forward that will be brand new, because I've noticed in some of my recent private sessions that I've been bringing in information I've never heard or seen before. So there will be new openings into these fields that are higher selves and our souls are working within already, that we're already creating within. We're just, our physical bodies are catching up, because we've been so busy dealing with all the emotional stuff and the changes in our everyday lives that are now shifting from old world reality, doing, separation of who we are as spirit, not finding the time of sacredness, not finding the time of sacred communion or prayer or communion with nature, or just sitting and reflecting heart to heart with family members. That's the shift up to the new frequency, and that's how we live those new vibrational experiences. And so, and then we'll offer fun little tips on how to really make small, tiny changes in your everyday life to honor the multidimensional bodies, to honor who you are as source. I'm going to get verklempt. Honoring who you are as source, and truly begin living that way, and feeling the oneness with Gaia. And so these sessions will assist, and they're reminding me to move away from the word healing, and really have it. They're showing me that it's the understanding that our society is shifting from the collective vibration, the densities that the collection carries, and why we sometimes feel the way we do. Trust me, I've been there, done it, been there, done that. And every moment it's a realignment. Every moment it's a realignment. Every moment to a higher truth, to a higher truth, to a higher truth. But there will be those moments where you have to experience what you're being offered. But it's your mastery that will show you your discernment. And that's why we put it in our Sacred 4 video. Because discernment is a part. Is this really for me, about me? Or am I here to assist another? Am I here to hold space for another? Am I here to assist in the activation? As healers, many of you are healers that come to watch our offerings that can, and you'll know once you start practicing what we're going to offer, and start feeling into the wisdoms that we're offering, because there's activations and codes in what we offer. So once you listen to the video a couple of times and you integrate, you just allow to live through you. Have a half a day or an hour or 20 minutes, and you just allow the information to fit within your fields. You then walk about your life just open and honoring. You'll begin to see, oh, I get that. That doesn't feel like me. I'm checking in with my bodies. Okay. Oh, something, yeah, then you'll get a hit right away. Something happened last week that reminded you of another lifetime that you're here, on a judgment that you had about yourself. And that judgment, boom, it's healed. That's it. It can be that easy. It might be a little deeper because you might have had 6 or 7 lifetimes with that judgment about being less than, especially healers and speakers. They might be a bit deeper, and you might have a crying session, and then that's gone, released from your body. It actually is carried in your body, the cells in your body, and that's why, in understanding this, we create that light body. We're anchoring greater light. We're honoring our greater light. And so it's never ever one way for everybody, every time. This is mastery. And why I wrote in our article this week, our Crystalline Children's blogspot. So when I get these activations and all of the information is coming together from the different timelines, the different systems, the different awakenings within me, I put them out, and they're all threaded. So there could be the article, the Crystalline article, about what we're truly preparing for. It doesn't have really any, it is because it's all connected, but the ideology and the belief systems that we had about healing, about fifth dimensional living, ascension, awakening, all of those things, they're collective threads of vibration, and they sometimes hold us in those definitions. Nothing wrong with it. But part of what my passion and purpose here is to activate that higher vibrational flow of source. And so why we say what we say and why we offer what we offer in the threadings that we do, so that one can get a different perspective from the video or the article and read into it and allow it to integrate, soften within it. Because as you're softening, they were showing me that there's your team's working with you to create a new code, or a code that is being implemented, or a code that you're ready for, that will go into your multidimensional fields. Your accidental lines will be reshifted. The multidimensional body will be brought to a higher state, and why we take multidimensional holistic care and honor of who we are. You'll feel it. And you'll be walking about and you'll just say, well, I get that. I'm choosing it from a higher perspective now. And you can feel into what's really needed. And that's when you become your creational flow creator. Because you know in all moments that are unfolding, you're trusting yourself with source. I'm here to activate and just hold space for someone. Just your holding space can activate them into a new frequency of behaving and understanding and remembering who they were. You don't have to carry that responsibility that you're here to fix anybody or help anybody or whatever it might be, because it's always their option. But we're saying this because most don't understand or know when they're moving through what they're moving through. Is it really about them, or is it really about what they're moving into in these higher frequencies? As space holders, as healers, as food makers, because any situation has to do with all of our higher vibrational living. How we eat, how we care for ourselves, how we nurture ourselves, how we care for one another, how we live with our planet, which will also be a part of these activations. And what I've been seeing and what I've been offered is that these activations will be with Gaia. Gaia consciousness is with us in these activations. And in my private healing sessions, I've been seeing Gaia offer plants for these healings, flowers for these healings, and herbs. And so it's important that we awaken into releasing these paradigm energies, because it is an energy. Our collective has set now that we're awakened, and that's wonderful. You know, we're letting go of our 3, 4D, which I don't like to put definitions on, but we're letting go of the words and the definitions we've given, and we're shifting into this flow that's infinite. There won't be definitions. We'll use the words that we have, but it's the flow of you as source into these fields that you've already created, that your soul is. There's a part of your soul that's there ushering you along. And that's why you connect with the videos you do, the articles you do, the people you do. And when you feel that immense amount of goosebumps and the pricklies and all of those things, that's your team saying, yes, there's something here for you. Open and pay attention, or open and allow, or there's an activation coming. And so we're letting go of these threads, they're vibrational threads that keep us in there. And I've seen, my teams have given me so many visions for me to see what's really happening, and I've seen what I've been offering in my sessions. They've been showing me these big, huge stairs, really big stairs, like, the size of a table, if you will, like, I don't know, the table is like 40 inches off the ground, if you will. And us as humans, walking up these huge stairs, that's what it's like. When we're leaving the density of where we were, we're walking up these huge stairs, and we've got to get a leg up. We've got to get that energy up, that vibration up, for us to actually climb that stair. There's helpers there helping us up, but we have to bring ourselves to that level vibrationally. And to do that, it's understanding the releases and really letting them live through the body and be released and transmuted into light. And so that is the creation of the cells in the light body, and really honoring what's going on, what's going on in the space that we're living day for day, moment for moment, and how quickly we can shift it. And so that's really wonderful. And there is a field of play that we're going to activate ourselves into in a minute. I just have to go and get my cord, because I noticed that my battery is just about out. So I'm going to run and get my cord, which will give you time to get some water. It'll give you time to get comfortable in your chair. We've gone through a long introduction. We'll get these sessions down a bit shorter, but it was really, really, really important that we understand and introduce the profundity of our moment for moment unfolding as creational source, and to truly honor and understand, because the more that you honor it, the more that you love what we've just talked about. You can see it. I'm really loving what I went through. Oh my gosh, it was so hard, so challenging, and your body feels so different than it did then, because you can absolutely feel it. It's very tangible when it releases from your body. Those energies that release from your body, it's very tangible in how you feel, and that's why that we've called it healing. But what we're shifting to now is the activational flow. And so My teams wanted us to shift from those densities of what healing was, because in a collective understanding, although those activations are healing, but we're going to shift that frequency and you'll see how it feels. But healing as a collective, it feels very heavy and laborious and never ending. So we're shifting the paradigm. We're shifting the paradigm so that we can create greater flow, so that we can move into our source height. Why? We talked about earlier, we are accelerating quickly. And as we accelerate, the gifts will open up more profoundly, which will create and cause even more imbalances if we're not understanding what's going on. And it'll be harder for us to get to that vibrational field that is our soul is calling us and waiting for us to catch up. But there's so much going on here that we haven't cared for ourselves and balanced ourselves and nurtured ourselves and understood ourselves, because we've been still threaded here. And there will be essences, but they won't be as thick as they feel, like we're being pulled back like this. That's how it feels for me. And so you can feel the releases of those threads, because it's going to feel more and more exciting as you lighten up. You lighten your light body and you allow all that you are to be honored and released. And day by day, you'll have those practices and those rituals day by day to tune in, so that you're ever moving up that vibrational creational flow. So it's very, very exciting. I'm so excited. So we're going to do an activation through our alignment. And in this activation and through this alignment, we will open into the vibrational flow that the soul aspect of you is within, preparing. And you've been preparing through your intentions. You've been preparing through your heartfelt excitements. You've been preparing through your imaginings and your pretendings. And if you haven't, that's okay, because there's been so much going on. And we really want to allow ourselves to honor this earthly process, who we are as humans, who we are as divine humans. And if you haven't had those moments, I myself have been moving through a profound shift of, well, now that I've shifted from what I've known, everything I've ever known on every other lifetime. So it's a lot to leave. And we're not saying leaving as part of never seeing it again. You will have that vibrational access. It won't serve you, because it's that lower vibration density, thickness, if you will, but it might be required to assist others on their journey. So there's always going to be those threads of access, and Source will always give that to you, because it's free will. But those portals and those doorways are quickening. They're quickening. And it will require that we stand within our light and we stand within our power. Really true power is you owning yourself as Source. Then the fourth one in our sacred four is opening up to that creational vibration with Source, how you create. So once you're allowing yourself to honor and release some of what's going on here, you'll get to that sacred four. You're doing it here anyways. It's still creational flow with Source here. It's never those. I just put those creational fours so that we can see what we're being offered in this vibration, and how it's important to understand integrity, reverence, your alignment with benevolence, your discernment, what's really going on. Using unconditional love and compassion for yourself and others that are moving through it, because that opens the space for those releases to be. You're holding space for yourself and others as things are being released and shifted. And then that creational integration, which means that you're actually creating with Source, those new creations. And that's what your soul is saying. You've got things over here. Come on, catch up. I'm not in a hurried way or anything, but their energies are accelerating, and they will require us to be at center. And it's been hard to be at center when there's been so many stuff. Not just you, everybody's dealing with the stuff, and it's really, really important that we honor and that we hold it with compassion, we hold it with grace, because it's the journey that we're opening into. And the sooner that we do, and we truly it's an activation. That's all I can say. The word that's coming to me is locked in. But locked in is, again, compacting. But it's that's how it will feel. It will feel like a click, a lock, an activation. Oh, I get it. Here I am. And you'll feel your energies like this, moving into that new frequency of light. And so these are practices. What we'll do in the mornings is we'll practice this alignment. And as we do, there may be things that come up through your day that will allow you to be the observer, to feel yourself resonating in these higher vibrational fields. To maintain your centeredness, it's always presence of now, 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 now. But to feel into the energy that's being offered from your higher self and your teams, that you're holding space for another. You're releasing something from your Akash. You're allowing a gift to come forward, because sometimes what you're moving to is opening into greater greater gifts, and that can feel uncomfortable too, because again, you're moving through the societal understandings, which is society just doesn't understand energy in a collective manner. They don't understand psychic blessings. They don't understand psychic healing. They don't understand energy healing. And so as you open up to that, you might not know it at the time. I'm telling you this because you will sense it once you start moving into these higher vibrational awarenesses. As your gifts open up, it will feel uncomfortable. Like, what am I sensing? That literally, this is what happened. Someone came and talked to me, and they were standing a few feet from me, and instantly I felt a thought form. It hit me like a lead brick. It comes out of nowhere as you're opening up to these experiences. And immediately I went into shutdown. And that's just the experience that the body goes through when it's living in that, the energies. You're releasing the energies of other lifetimes and worlds. Your body just does what it does as it remembers it. What we are here and what we've so profound and pivotal, we're transcending every lifetime that we've lived and shut down because of fear. We didn't understand it, or we got persecuted or killed or hung or burned at the cross, whatever it might be, doesn't matter. But that's what the body reacts. So it takes mastery to say, oh, okay, let's back up here, take a breath, center with source. I get it. I'm opening to my gifts. This is awesome. What's the information and guidance I need in this moment? Is this for me to release a judgment? Is this for me to offer compassion and space? Is this a blessing for me to open into my gifts and work with and nurture and honor so that I can continue doing what I'm doing and hold space for others? Or is there a belief that needs to be shifted within me? And that's literally how it will feel as we continue the acceleration. And those of us that have been empaths, crystalline children, and psychically in tuned all of our lives are getting it first, because we're here to help others that are also going to be awakening into it from the collective. And so that's why we're saying what we're saying. It's an activation. And these activations can come in an infinite number of ways based on what you carry with you in your Akash, your gifts that you're ready to redefine in new ways. Because although you come with gifts and treasures and densities from other timelines, you're transforming it in the creational flow. And this is another teaching that will be very pivotal in what we offer, is that we sometimes have these definitions and beliefs that that the Akash and beautiful and serving us, but the Akash is also growing with us as we grow. And we've had that understanding of that energy that I'm sensing from the collective is that the Akashic energy sometimes serves us higher than we are. And we want to redefine that, reposition that, so that we become creational flow. So what we're allowing you to understand, dear lighted ones, is that you as source get to pull in the vibration of service as you release the threadings and the vibrations of what was holding you in limitation or less than. How you define yourself or compare yourself or have the Akash be more important than you, garnering the energy of the Akash and transforming it to create anew. So that's a vibrational offering right there, and it will help shift your perspective. The Akash, as beautiful as it is because it's you, but it is your soul desiring to be transmuted and to be created anew. Does that make sense? That's a profound energy that we want you to sit with for a moment. That the Akash is here to serve you. The Akash is here to be your tool, your gift. Not to dive into the densities and stay there, but just take that feeling that you're feeling from that lifetime, bring it to this now. I'm feeling judged, I'm feeling persecuted, I'm feeling blamed, I'm feeling guilty. Whatever it is you're feeling from that experience lifetime. You don't have to dwell in the experience of the lifetime. You don't have to dwell in the vision of it. You don't have to dwell in the density of it. You can take that feeling. This is how we heal the body. We activate new. Take what it is you're feeling, honor it. Allow the body to feel that feeling. Because as a collective, humanity has been suppressed into the idea that to feel what you're feeling is not okay. So we're shifting it. We're feeling it, all that it is. So if it's guilt, what is that guilt that you're feeling? You feel that guilt. Just allow that guilt to be there. What's attached with that? What other feelings are attached with that guilt? I created a choice that did this. I did this. I did that. Where is that playing out now in your life? That's the lesson. So as you connect that, I'm feeling guilty for not spending enough time with my kids. That guilt can be in anything. That guilt could be not feeding your body what it needs, not getting out with nature. And you'll know it. They'll come to you. Those threads will come to you. Boom, that's where it is. Because your teams are wanting you to move through this quickly, and your soul is wanting you to move through this. The densities that we've been carrying that are really ready to be released. And there are times that I've experienced just recently. One of my releases from many Akashic timelines, there were multiple timelines where this was ready to be released because of the number of times I was persecuted. So, and they can go for years. I've been dealing with persecution for years now. So every lifetime is ready to be released. And it can be holding space for yourself for 15 minutes. And those timelines are released and moved. And your whole body is shifted, your whole body. And you move up in vibration. Then we realign in our pillar of light. New codes come in, new information, new wisdoms, blah, 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 blah. So it seems linear, but it's really not. We're shifting in this space of timelessness. And in this now moment, we create this timeless creational flow with Source. Because when you're in that flow with Source, all things are possible, all healings, all experiences, all potentialities. And you start creating those new musings. Oh, I didn't realize that I could do this because there was so much density that was holding your space. You couldn't see outside that, right? Because it's taking every ounce of your power to just move about life. And that's how it can feel. You know, again, been there. You know, it's so incredible. Like the gifts that we're given is so incredible. And Source Creator and your teams, they've got so much honor and respect for what we're moving through to truly shift so many different timelines so that we can live in the creational flow of those higher vibrational experiences that have so much to offer we don't have enough words for. So it's so fun. So I'm going to touch up my tea and my water, and I'm going to go grab my cord. So give yourself a minute to get your water, and we'll be right back. Oops. Now I see the sun coming out. I'm going to be doing these early in the morning. Let's see if my cord fits. So that my battery doesn't run out. Okay. on my meditation. All right, welcome back. Okay. Get yourself comfortable. Now in the our intention is to our intention is to remember ourselves as source creator. That's it. Remember ourselves as source creator. And in the activation of source creator, we allow ourselves to open into creational flow. The opening into creational flow and remembering ourselves as source creator, our entwinement, our entanglement, our intricacy, our threading, our webbing, our weaving, our oneness, our harmonization. As many words as source creator will allow us to understand, it goes beyond. There are activations of the multidimensional bodies that allow us to feel more and more in the truth of who we are as source creator. Allowing ourselves to remember all that we are as source creator. First, we must bring into the perspective how we hold ourselves, what we know ourselves to be, the perceptions that we hold about ourselves first. And the perceptions that we open into is the infinite, is the eternal, is the vast array of experience, of energy, of particle vibration, multidimensional vastness that is source creator, that is unconditional love in all ways. So the perspective and the intention only, the motivation, why we're here, why we do what we do, and why we allow ourselves and our souls to offer us through divine discontent, finding the lack of fulfillment in our everyday lives. That's divine discontent. Divine discontent allows us to continually go within, to remember who we are as source, to remember the simplicity, the ease, grace, the elegance of source that we are. So that every moment for moment, in your choosing, your free will, to let go of what no longer serves, that busies up, that entangles, that enmeshes you from being that simplicity. Whether they are material items, whether they are relationships that are toxic, whether they are foods that are toxic, whether they are beliefs that are toxic. Does not matter how we define it. There's enmeshments there that you're allowing yourself to let go of and release through your own choosing. And so these activations will allow you morning for morning, moment for moment, to open into who you are as vibrational source. For this is the motivation of all that we are, is it not? So allow your hands, the portals, and we'll be bringing in reminders of who you are as a vibrational being, so that you begin to feel, you begin to activate who you are as a vibrational being of light, of intelligence, of wisdom. And your teams have also wanted me to remind you, they're all coming in now. For those listening now and future now moments, we've set the sacred space of the highest benevolent frequencies of the Christ consciousness, the heavenly councils, the Holy Mother and Father, the Ascended Masters, the many, many councils and celestial teams that we're all working with, Gaia frequency, the fairies, the gnomes, the pixies, the Elohim, many, many creator gods, the brotherhoods and sisterhoods of light, that they're all with us in this moment that we listen to these offerings, multidimensional offerings, all held within different now moments, all held within different now vibrations of who you are as a vibrational being of source. Knowing that your teams, this is a deep inner knowing, you can release through breath, that anything that can and will, divinely designed and timed to be activated, to be released, will be done. And so it is. So honor your deep and higher knowing. Honor your deep and higher flow of being source, to identify the belief that is ready to be transitioned into new, the activity that is ready to be transitioned into new, how we behave, sacred living, or allowing yourself to truly begin to let go of those manifestations through enmeshment of density that are ready to be released and let go, transcended. Choice by choice, moment for moment, little baby steps by little baby steps, you can feel yourself on a new trajectory, a vibrational trajectory that is in alignment with the creational open flow of Source. And it begins with your perspective, because that perspective then begins to ignite quantumly all other particles and all other aspects within your quantum multidimensional field. For we're allowing this vibration and your fields and your teams to assist you in amplifying the light within your field right now, so that you're beginning to feel the multidimensional fluidity of the creational flow that you are as a multidimensional being. That as you choose to pretend into, to muse, to open into, to invite, you as a creational open being of Source Creator, of Source Love, of Source Divine Light, those beliefs that are ready to be let go are instantly transmuted. Because the one that is creational and open and loving and unconditional and compassionate and profoundly creative and dynamic and energetic and enigmatic in its energy is far more exciting. And you can feel your vibration already begin to rise as you breathe and fully accept who you are as an open being of light. So your perspective in this moment right now, dear lighted ones, will help in the activations that are coming forward as we allow the pillar of light that runs along the spine to be opened. Through a pure intent, bring in a visualization of the crystalline pillar of light that runs along your spine. And as we create a beautiful inhale, know that this inhale is also calling through your intention of your multidimensional, vast, creational self. Your entwinement, your entanglement, your threading with Gaia. And you see the crystalline heartbeat that is at her very core. You see the threadings of the crystalline grids that move in and amongst the sands and the soils and the mountains. And through your inhale, you're connecting your crystalline threading with her crystalline threading. And you now feel her loving, heartfelt essence reach up for you. Your intention to joyfully and playfully commune with her and co-create with her and heal with her and activate with her is immediate through your intention, through your breath. Breath is the activator of new frequencies. Breath is Source. Breath is your creational flow. And breath will be at the core of all that we offer. Creation, flow, love, breath. You feel this crystalline pillar of light expand as you inhale, speeding the particles of the blood, molecules, breath feeding the blood, breath feeding the organs, breath feeding all that you are as a multidimensional being. Filling all that you are at the highest level of your consciousness, bringing your breath to the very highest point, to the inhale. And you hold it at the highest point of your inhale. Now bringing in your acknowledgement of your divine chakras, all 13 chakras now opening and spiraling, your omni-presence now being open, called in. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly exhale down. Grounding your breath, grounding your energies, grounding all that you are. Feeling the inclusiveness of all that you are. You've activated your pillar of light. It's a crystalline prana tube, a breath tube that activates source codes, that activates source love, that activates the nourishment of your bodies, that activates the honoring of your bodies, the care of your bodies. Breath reminds you and allows you to activate the omnipresence of all that you are, allowing you to invite in your vast essence of creation. And through your intentions, I activate through my breath all 13 chakras to spin and spiral in harmony. And we ask that you bring your hand just so that you begin to feel the vortex that you're creating with your breath. You're creating the vortex of your fields. But you have one hand placed right above your divine sacred heart, You might not be able to see it, but I hold my hand right here on my divine sacred heart. And this is a portal. This is the portal of all things, your sacred altar with Source Creator, the Divine Mother, Father within you. And I hold my hand, but you can feel to hold your hand in whatever mudras, because mudras will also be a part of our moving into these higher consciousness states. But you're feeling this very sacred space, which we want to allow your focus to be on, because this will be the pivotal access point of, through accelerations, you're going to bring your consciousness, your awareness, you're going to bring all that you are into this focus point here, which will allow you to move through these accelerated energies in your oneness of creational flow. And grounding through the pillar of light, through that sacral cord that grounds and anchors to the crystalline heartbeat of Gaia. So as you continue your breath, slow and wide and top and bottom and full, begin to move your hand up and down the pillar of light so that you begin to feel the fields of light that you exist within. And you hold it. And you're calling your attention as your multi-dimensional vastness. I call attention to my multi-dimensional fields. I call in all energies, all vibrations that I've given away or left behind. I call them into me now. And you bring all of this consciousness power to this focused center of Source Creator, of you, of love. Another inhale. Inhale, you're being fed nourishment with Gaia. You're being fed the Shakti information, the Shakti wisdom, the Shakti healing vibrations. Gaia is feeding you her energies. Gaia is feeding you the elements that you need for your body, for the cells, for the blood, the bones. And your hand goes up, honoring your omni-presence, calling in all power and energies you've left behind or given away. Doesn't matter what it is. It could have been anger, frustration, confusion, depression, whatever it is. Call it all in. Begin to feel yourself work with your field. And you can move your hands as you're calling all of you back. You're calling all of you back, calling all of you back. Just feel the vibrations in your field. This is you. We want you to connect with all of you. We want you to connect with the multidimensional being that you are. And it goes far beyond what we're able to reach as our hands reach out. But we're just wanting you to get to the feel that your physical body will begin to feel the energy of you as a field of light. And your fingers will begin to move in certain ways because you have other lifetimes in which your fingers were used in mudras and in ways through light language and different healing modalities that your fingers were used to help shift and move things in your field. So we just want you to play. We just want you to allow your creational flow at this point. Through your breath, you can begin moving your hand in an infinity symbol up and down through your fields, up and down through your fields. And as you move your hand in the infinity symbol, we want you to continue the visualization of the pillar of light, crystalline, pure, and white. And your breath is softening now to a nice, beautiful rhythm, grounding and anchoring into the sands and soils of Gaia. You're one with Gaia. Her heartbeat is one with you. You feel your heart chakra opening. You feel the divine higher heart, your sacred heart opening, you and Source. You're feeling the blueprint of all that you are with your human collective opening, your one human heart, your unity consciousness opening. And you're feeling the omni-presence opening, your one heart with the divine central sun, the Holy Mother Father, opening the Holy Source Creator. The creation of all that is opening through your infinity, through your intention. Your consciousness is expanding greatly now. You can feel the vibrations and the particles within your field speeding up as you feel the love and the flow of light coming in and out, coming in and out. You've given yourself the perspective, you've given yourself the opportunity, dear ones, that you're seeing yourself as a higher vibrational being in this moment. You're feeling your fields lighten, you're feeling your body lighten. You may begin to feel yourself move back and forth and up and down, or maybe in a spiraling motion so that your pillar of light begins to gain vibration and momentum. Your vibrational prana field, your tube is opening and expanding as you're calling in the source encodations, as you're allowing yourself to be perceived as a column of light. And that breath opens all that you are. Your breath is feeding those muscles, and your breath is feeding those energies that are ready to be released, that are ready to be let go and activated into new light. And in this moment, we're calling all that you are, all that you are, all that you are, all that you are back into your center, and calling all that you are as particles, all that you are as light, all that you are as power and energy and words and thoughts and forms, and all that you are back to your center point. And you may still feel yourself move as you're in this channel of energy, this funnel of light that you have been now connected with your omnipresence, your higher self. We call in the intention of harmonization. Harmonization is your focal point to your very center, source, being. We call in the centering and the harmonization of the divine angelic self, the higher self, to move with us in the harmony of our prana tube, of our oneness. And as you breathe on the inhale, you can feel yourself pull your higher self in. I call my higher self, I call my angelic presence into the center of who I am. And you may get chills, you may get goosebumps, you may get a beautiful feeling of expansiveness inside your vessel. And just choose to sit with it. You can sit with this and practice this for any length of time that you so desire. If you want that deeper, wider, richer connection with your higher self, with your angelic frequency of your crystalline energies, just practice calling in and harmonizing what this feels like to be your higher self. And just feel the portal in front of you as you're moving your hands in a spiral rotation. You can feel the vortex that you're creating with your higher self is harmonizing with you through breath, through your intention, and opening to allow. I allow the harmonization of my higher self. I am one with my higher self. My divine higher self is guiding thoughts. And the ego is released. The ego is no longer guiding thoughts. The ego is no longer guiding reaction. The ego is being released into your field to sit back and have a rest, while your higher self, your higher mind, your angelic self is coming in as the driver, as the divine guide, as the one soul essence of you in all that you are in this moment to bring you all that you need in this moment. You're calling the omnipresence of all that you, your higher wisdom of the all, the vastness of you, all that you are. And we're going to garner this and bring it into the centered focus. We're going to bring all that you are as your higher self, now harmonized with your field, now harmonized with your bodies. You're going to bring all of your focus, your higher self focus, your higher mind focus, all that you are into the center. This is your core. This is your creational core. This is your source core. This is the core of all that you are in mirror reflection of the central sun. The mirror reflection of the heartbeat of Gaia. Holographic imagery. This beautiful, glowing, iridescent, crystalline essence of you as source, the central sun of you as the central creational frequency of Gaia. Harmonizing within the creational collective heartbeat. There is a collective heartbeat for Gaia that's all pulsing and beating as one. And as all that you are is now harmonized, your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your etheric body, your divine higher self is now guiding the way. So that in any moment that there is a need for healing through new activation, if there is a belief that is ready to be activated and processed in a new way to a higher vibration, if there is something that's ready to be released, without your knowing, it will be released. As you see the golden sphere that is held at your center, held at the very top of your omnipresence as source creator, gifting you with this clearing and healing mechanism that is a golden sphere, it's a golden ball. And this golden ball is held with crystalline, pure, unconditional love, pure, unconditional light. And you visualize this sphere dropping in, down, and through all that you are, layer by layer, thread by thread, particle through particle, clearing and cleansing through the purity of unconditional love, purity of unconditional light. And you see Source Creator as these particles clearing and cleansing the debris, clearing and cleansing densities, thought forms that do not belong to you, energies that you've picked up along the way, all that is ready to be transmuted into a higher frequency of crystalline light is. And you see this golden sphere now spiral around your multidimensional bodies, spinning around your physical body from top to bottom. This golden sphere is sending out particles of gold dust, of gold light, clearing and cleansing away the debris. And see the golden particles transmuting other particles and being released into the field of the all. And this golden sphere spirals around you, clearing and cleansing the physical body. Toxins that are ready to be released. The organs, the blood, all that you are. The mental body, clearing and cleansing what we've held in such density, such compaction, so many thought forms that are truly taking up so much space, but don't require to be. Clearing and cleansing the mental thought forms that are of lower vibration, or thought forms you've picked up through entertainment shows or songs or others as you're walking about the earth. And that mental field is becoming crystalline and clear. Through the beautiful gold vibrations of pure unconditional love of source, you're opening your heart. You're feeling that golden sphere within you, the golden sphere offered from above and below, to clear and cleanse all aspects of you, spiraling from Gaia's direction, spiraling from the omnipresent direction, moving in a beautiful fluid, spiraling motion so that all 13 chakras are cleared. Every thread, every layer, physical, the mental, the emotional body is now being cleared. And in the emotional body, bring forward the most permanent, the most important vibration for you to acknowledge. Your soul is coming forward and offering you the most important vibration for you to acknowledge in this activation as you're clearing the emotional body. So anything that has been suppressed or depressed or compacted or pushed away or set aside this week, we'll do these every day, or you can practice these every day, so that in every day you can be clearing and healing these and you'll feel yourself get lighter. So from the week before, any other time that you're ready to release right now and activate anew, what belief are you ready to hold within yourself in the center space with golden unconditional light and love? The heart of you, the center of you, the core of you, so desiring to shift this belief, and call it forward to be placed within this golden sphere of recalibration and activation. And your teams are circling you and surrounding you as all fields are continually being cleared and cleansed as you're doing this belief activation. And this belief activation can be anything that we choose to activate into a higher frequency of light quotient. And this is your belief of self. It could be a belief of abundance. It could be a belief of health and wellness. It could be a belief of you as your own master, self-knowing, clarity. Whatever that belief is that's you have been activated this week, not being enough, whatever it might be, placed within this golden sphere of activation that you are with Source, your higher self, your soul, all of creation with you in this moment to activate anew. There is such profound help for you in this moment. And in this golden sphere of light, and I as the master healer, and I as the master creational force with Source Creator, in my highest and in my best, through my soul's guidance and through the higher vibrational beings of light and love and activation, I hold this vibration in my highest essence as I feel the divine sacred heart of all of me, harmonizing and merged with the divine higher self and the divine mother and father within me, the highest aspects of love, pure, unconditional love. And as I feel my multidimensional bodies and my vastness move within this vortex and pillar of light, I allow myself to perceive myself as vast. I allow myself to perceive myself as the most infinite and eternal, undeniable essence of love and light. And my breath is activating through my intention to feel my expansiveness as I create this new belief that is beyond any definition, beyond any word. For I feel the vibrations within my fingers growing and pulsating as my heart emanations move into this golden sphere. And I can feel my hands begin to shape and mold this beautiful sphere of new intelligence, of new love, of new essence of being. And this feels so profoundly exciting. It feels infinite. It feels imaginative. It feels playful. It feels sacred. It feels special. It feels so undeniable. It feels like I'm me, and I'm me in a new way. I am opening in this dynamic essence of who I am. And I'm creating a new perspective. I'm creating a new infinite version through energy, through vibration, through intent, through pure love of who I am. Honoring all that I have been, honoring all that I have been through, all that I have had the courage to walk through. I am this special, unique embrace of a being. I allow myself to feel the feelings. I allow myself to acknowledge the lessons and the wisdoms and the intelligences held within it. For I'm able to hold space for others and myself. I'm a master, and my hands and my bodies and my vibrations and my light fields are showing me so. For as I perceive it, as I speak it, as I know it, and so it is. I allow myself to be this fluid essence of light and particles of crystalline energy. I see myself as particles of light moving into new quantum beginnings. The cells within my bodies are activating cells around them. New cells of love, new cells of light. Every breath is activating new cells of love, new cells of light. And I hold this new perspective within me, and I hold it dear. I am the essence of Source. I am the essence of Source. I am infinite, and I am my truth in this. I am an infinite, vast being of light. I am an infinite, vast, creational essence of light. I am the highest version of light and love. I place my hands upon my divine sacred heart as I activate and as I honor this infinite, vast perspective of who I am as it is released out into creation. I ground and anchor the highest perspective of my creational light that I am as a being. I am a multidimensional being of sacred light. This is my truth. I am harmonized with my divine omni-presence, the higher self that guides me, my soul that guides me. My thoughts are sacred, my mind is sacred, and I'm harmonized as my soul essence, as my creational source essence now. I feel the particles within my body, the atoms, the molecules within my bodies accelerate in new light frequencies. I anchor my oneness with Gaia, and I allow my creational flow of wisdom with Gaia. So that as I am walking about Earth, as I am entangling and inviting nature and wildlife, and the essence of consciousness of God in all things, my creational flow at my center of source, of light, of love, the pure essence of unconditional love that I am, provides and gifts and blesses me with wisdom, intelligence, divine love, divine activation, so that in all moments I am aware, I am in my mastery of creational flow, of what my bodies need and require. I give myself permission to own this intelligence and this mastery. I am the master of all that I am. Source desires this of me. The profound love and the profound care and the profound higher knowing that there are particles within vibrational fields that are calling to me. And in my alignment and my harmonization of all that I am as a higher omnipresent being, as a source creator, as I open my divine sacred heart in the excitement and sacred joy and sacred play of source creator, of who I am as the beautiful innocent child of love. I am pure unconditional love. I am an innocent child of source creator. I release all densities that hold me in limitation or lack. I allow pure, unconditional love to live through my hands, to live through the central sun, to live through the pulsating central core of who I am, and heal all that is lack, all that is dense, and all that is limiting. Through breath, I activate this activation. Feel the golden essence and particles from the very center of your spine in all directions and all particles and all molecules and all blood. From the center of your core emanate from your center out, spinning and spiraling a golden particle of spiraling love, cleansing and clearing the density, the limitations, the beliefs that are ready to be released, transmuted. I am pure, unconditional love. I am pure, unconditional love. I am pure, unconditional love. I attune to the differences in my bodies. The organs are now fully open and awake and light. The muscles are no longer clenched and held in anxiety or fear. I am pure, unconditional love. I feel the oneness and the harmonization at my center, for I am with God in all moments, all particles, all bodies, all vibrational fields calling to me, of my essence now, of my activation now. I am in oneness with my multidimensional allness, my physical, my mental, my emotional, my etheric. All that I am is an omnipresent, unconditional, loving being. I am pure light. I activate the frequencies of wisdom and intelligence and pure, unconditional love. Through my emanations of pure, unconditional love and light through me. Whatever I am ready to know, to be inspired with, to be ignited, will offer forward in my moments of soft musing, allowing, inviting all that I am as an omnipresent being. These will come as knowings, sensings, synchronicities, hearings, dreams, visions, for I know that my psychic abilities, my multidimensional gifts and knowings, my threadings and weavings with Gaia, my healings and wisdoms with Gaia, my healings and wisdoms with Spirit, are far grander and far wider than I have ever allowed myself to explore. I gift myself this opportunity now. Through breath, I create a new perspective of who I am as infinite, as eternal. I am one as the creational flow of Source. I am centered in my heart. I am now. I am now. I am now. And the sounds and the tones further emanating golden Christed light is your connection with the Christ vibration above, below, within, and without. And you see the crystalline pink vibration moving in and about and around and through all that you are, every cell. And your heart pulsates with this beautiful pink emanation of who you are as the crystal vibration, as the innocent child, open and ready to be the creational flow. You feel your body moving, you feel your body allowing, you feel your body accepting and honoring this allowance of who you are as creational light, as creational love. And allowing yourself to know that if there are any activations or any releases throughout your day, any releases of energy through blocked chakras, through the release of gas or discomfort in the lower abdominals, then to do light stretching. Move your body lightly from side to side, placing your hand as the portal of light, as the portal of God, as the portal of love, and place unconditional love on that chakra and move gently side to side, and you will feel the releases of the blocked energies, the negative energies or densities be released through gas or through bloating or through discharge, and through to clear and cleanse through water as you drink it. As you drink and you swallow the crystalline water. These are different rituals that we use to honoring the multidimensional bodies, holding the sphere of God that you are, that creational force of all that you are, placing it within the water. This water is crystalline. This water is elegance. This water is the grace of God. This water is the grace of God. As you swallow, intending the crystalline energies, the water of the Christ, the water of the water, all of these water bodies that work within the earth, that work with us above, so below. The Christ vibration flows within the water bodies. I clear and cleanse all that I am. I clear and cleanse all that I am. I clear and cleanse all that I am. Bringing all cells, all organs to the highest vibration of Christ and light. Through your big exhale, shake out the lower extremities where we hold most of the negative energy. Shake it. And you will literally feel your organs release, release, release. And you will feel it shake out to the earth. You can sometimes feel those densities shake out to the earth. And one last sip. I clear and cleanse all that I am to the highest vibration of Christ light through the Christ of water body. I clear and cleanse, I clear and cleanse. Full body breath. Give gratitude and thanks for the water that Gaia blesses us with. Give thanks for the blessings of the sacred geometry that God blesses us with. Give thanks to the divine spirit and source within us all that blesses us as within, so without, that we are the masters of our vibration, we are the masters of our frequencies. In all moments that we open our hearts in divine gratitude, we take this beautiful moment to create gratitude for our day as we set forward the intentions that we explore in our creational flow. As we end this series, dear lighted ones, we offer you the most divine blessings from our divine sacred hearts. As we have harmonized the sacred heart from the central sun, the Holy Mother, Father, Source, Creator within you, to your central sun that exists within, the highest vibration of unconditional love, the highest vibration of unconditional light, that is your transformational portal that allows you to further open through breath, through intention, your pillar of light, harmonizing, clearing, and cleansing your multidimensional bodies, the wisdoms that will now be activated through these sessions, through your inner knowings and through your excitement to play as your higher creational flow of source light, of source love, so that anything that is required in your multidimensional bodies, for your multidimensional bodies, that you will now be aware of, you will be an acknowledgement of, and take action and inspired thought and guidance from your soul essence, not the ego. Your soul essence, as you've harmonized with it, will now be showing you what is needed in all moments. As you pick up food, your soul will say, perhaps not. As you allow yourself to drink certain drinks, perhaps not, or perhaps so. And you may imbue it with the frequencies from your hands and your fingers and blessing it and guiding it with gratitude and appreciation for what you are able to transform and transmute it into as it blesses and moves through your body. For you're allowing yourself to know that there is creational flow, there is source flow, there is source love in all that you are, because you are flow, are you not? And as the food and drink move through your body, as the breath moves through your body, you, dear lighted ones, make no mistake about this, and we say this with great pause. You are the master to create whatever it is you so desire in this flow. You are the master of all that is to create whatever it is that you desire in this flow. You are the master of all that you are in this moment of now to create whatever it is you desire in this flow. I am the master that I am in this moment to create whatever it is I desire in this flow. I am the master of all that I am to create whatever it is I desire in this flow. I am one with Source Creator, and I create all that I desire as a master that I am in this flow. I am love. I am light. I am love, and I am light. I am love, and I am light, and so be it. And you'll be allowing yourself to activate cell by cell, thought by thought, word by word, deed by deed, the multidimensional behavior becoming sacred and heightened through your intuiting, your knowing, your tuning into, your vibrating, allowing to see yourself, perceive yourself, allow yourself, invite yourself into the flow. And this flow can be very still, make no mistake about that. It can be flowing, but you can be still within this flow. I am held clearly and perfectly and divinely in this moment of now. I fully know who I am. I fully know all that I am with Source. I am ready for my day. I open my heart divinely to entangle with the divine of the all, so that all that is divinely entangled through benevolence, through highest frequencies of love and light, through the highest celestial families, the highest celestial excitements of the human ascension of my personal plan with Gaia, that I excitedly open my heart. I excitedly open into the flow of divine gratitude, of divine appreciation for all that I am. I'm appreciative of my bodies. I'm appreciative of my wisdoms, of my mastery. I'm so grateful for the gifts that I am receiving now. And I create the infinity symbol to call in these gifts and blessings to my day. I am grateful for my blessings that I am receiving. I am grateful for these spontaneous gifts of synchronicity. I am grateful for the love of Source being gifted to me as above, so below, as within, so without, in all things, in all nature, in all beings, in all moments. I am grateful. I am grateful for this moment of clarity. I am grateful for this moment of steadfastness of who I am as love, that I am able to let go of what is ready to be released. I'm ready to garner that wisdom and that intelligence and that knowing. I am so grateful for these higher knowings. I'm so grateful for my threadedness with creation, for I'm truly loved and I feel myself being loved. I'm grateful for the allowance that I'm honoring myself to honor who I am. That I love who I am and I nurture who I am in all ways now, in small ways and in big ways, so that I may serve in small and grand ways. I love all that I am, and I am grateful for this love. I am grateful for my oneness in this creational flow. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my wellness. I am grateful for my opening to my creational flow of Source as Source. I am grateful for my creational flow with Gaia as Gaia. I am grateful for my creational flow with abundance as abundance. I am grateful for my creational flow with my higher wisdom and my higher knowing, for I am that I am. I am centered. I am activated. I live as creational flow. Lord Metatron. You will feel yourselves, dear lighted ones, as you soften. We say soften as the release of the densities and the definitions you've held yourself within, captive at times, lifetimes at times. You feel this divine pressure at your divine sacred heart that is growing. The heart is growing, the heart is opening, the heart is expanding in light, sending the codes of creational force, creational flow from Source Creator through codes of light that are being dispersed into the fields that you allow yourself to open within through the softening. Allow the organs to soften and open to greater light. Allow the heart to love, soften as love, and love is soften. Greater love and greater light. Releasing what you know to be about time, dear lighted ones. And from this heart space, you're allowing yourself to simply flow, and all that unfolds will unfold. And the ego mind will try and pull you into the tasks and the to-do, with the belief systems that hold you in lower dimensional confusion, lower dimensional exhaustion, where spinning the wheel doesn't need to be spun no longer, dear ones. Stepping up into the flow of something new, and your shoulders are back and your spine is straight, for you're opening into something new, and it's powerful and it matters because it's you as the creational flow, and your heart is so big and grand. As you're accepting these new light codes into your fields and into your heart, dear ones, into your heart, dear one. You are a magnificent light of sacred geometry, don't you know? And Gaia has geometry to show you. She has wisdoms to show you. The ancient lineage and your ancestors are all showing you. The particles and the codes that are coming in as wisdoms, and you're just inspired to do what you're just inspired to do. They don't have words yet. They don't have teachings yet. And allow, just allow. For you are the creational flow of love, are you not? Your heart is big and your heart is grand. There are legions of beings with us right now, dear ones. Surrender into the love of these legions. Legions of light, dear ones. Taking your most heaviest heartaches that are in your fields that you might not even know. Transmuting what needs to be transmuted through your permission. I give permission for all that is required to be released, so that I may live in my highest light of creational flow. For I am the truth of Source Creator in this flow. My heart is open, I am love, this is my truth. My heart is open, I am light, this is my truth. My thoughts align with this higher truth of love. My thoughts align with this higher truth of infinite creative potential. For I am sacred and I am pure, and I am benevolent, and I am profoundly vast. You are supported in your movement about these higher vibrational moments, dear ones. And anytime you so desire, drop yourself to your heart, and that's where you'll be. For these vibrations are held within your fields. They're held within your heart, dear ones. Just call to us, and here you are. Lord Metatron and the Divine Holy Source. Purity of love calling you. Activating you to a new moment. As we ground the pillar of light, dear ones. Through breath, grounding the pillar of light to the sands and soils of Gaia, to the crystalline heartbeat of Gaia, we wish to entangle with the infinity symbol, moving up to all of that is the divine central source creator, the divine central sun. Source held within all particles, all life. Source held within our central heart, within all molecules, within all DNA particles. All that we are as source being holographically threaded as we open into our holographic creational flow. Our holographic creational flow. Our holographic creational flow. Through light and through love, we are that we are, we are that we are. Higher vibrational creational experiences, templates and platforms and consciousness that we are co-creating in this moment, dear lighted ones. And you will feel as you move about your day new inspirations. You will feel as you move about your day moments where you just want to break open in cheerful tears, because you're allowing the great and divine source creator, the love, unconditional, so pure and so profound, to be shown and to be seen and to be felt and lived through you in all ways. Dear ones, this is normal. This is who you are. It's your highest frequency of light. It's a flow of love. Don't you know it's a flow of love? Allow yourself to live in the flow. All moments are perfect. And you'll be doing what you're doing and with who you're doing it with in the most perfect and divine timing for that flow. That's the intricacies, that's the profound dynamic design of creation is perfect. And there's no ego at this level. For it's love and source all the way. And you never doubt at this level. For you act on what source and spirit shows you. Pure in love, pure in light, the higher vibrational you activated in this moment of now, and so it is. And another grounding cord as we feel our multidimensional bodies through the sacral, being grounded through the sands and soils, the sediment, the sands and the rocks and the grains and the divine sacred geometry that is in rocks, the sacred vibrations that in rocks, and Gaia grounding us into our bodies, grounding us into all that we are, so that we may co-create with her in magnificent, wonderful, wonderful ways. And we feel the vibrations of release that will allow us to continue in our days and in our moments ahead, to appreciate, to honor, and to accept and truly love all that we are in new, profound ways. So we thank you, dear lighted ones, for joining us on this beautiful journey. So be open and allowing to what comes to you in these beautiful activations and these beautiful allowances. There will be emotional releases, the physical releases. Your body will go through moments where it just wants rest. Listen to your body and honor your body and all that it is and it's showing you. So thank you, and for joining us for these weekly activational videos of creational flow. You as your higher essence of self. And we thank you. Namaste.